Hey everybody, it's Dale here with the Stedman team for another Video Friday. Today we're going to talk about the 3 ways that you have to sell your house. You have to sell your house 3 times before you can close. All right, so what do I mean when I say that you have to sell your house 3 times? Get the house under contract. That's the first hurdle. Secondly, you have to the house has to pass inspection. And finally, the house has to appraise. We're going to go through each of these, okay? So the first item is getting the house under contract. How do we do that? There's a process to it. The first thing should be obviously that you've hired a professional realtor, okay? Someone who knows what they're doing, who can take you through this process, who can educate you on what you need to do. So we're going to assume that you've already done that, okay? So what do we do first? We come into the home and we walk through and we help you prepare it for sale. What do I mean by prepare it for sale? Well, we're going to walk through and we're going to look at what are the things that are needed to make this house jump out at buyers, fall in love with it, okay? We're going to look for obvious defects in the house. If there's, if a room needs to be painted, or if patches need to be made, or if we need to declutter, or if there are items that need to be repaired. It could be any number of things that we will walk through and point out for you to help get it ready for sale. And so that's the first thing that we're going to do. Second thing is we're going to have a discussion about pricing. We're going to look at the comparables in the neighborhood. We're going to see how your home compares to those, and we're going to have a negotiation about what the house is priced at. Obviously, the appeal of the home and the price are going to be the 2 biggest factors in how quickly that house sells. And obviously, you want to get the most money in the shortest amount of time. And so if we prepare properly, we're going to be able to do that, okay? We need to market it properly. What does that mean? That means I'm not going to take pictures on my iPhone. Okay, I'm not going to go through and take pictures of your house on my iPhone. You're not going to do that. Okay, what we're going to do, we're going to hire a professional photographer. Why? Well, something like 90% of buyers start their search online. They go to Zillow, TrulyARealtor.com. They're looking at your pictures, okay? And if your pictures are blurry or dark or off-center, or they don't really capture the true feeling of the house, that's trouble. They're going to move on. They're not going to sit and read your comments. They're not going to look through all your pictures. So we need a professional photographer, someone who can frame the house beautifully, who can show it off to the world, so that people are going to want to run through that door to see it, and so you can get it sold. Okay. Once we've prepared, we've walked through, we've prepared the house, we've got it, we've done any painting that needs to be done, made any changes, decluttered, made repairs, obvious repairs that are needed. We've got professional photography. Now we put it on the market, and the buyers come flooding in. I always say this: you really only need one buyer to fall in love with the house. Hopefully we can get more, but you only need one. Okay. And so you get that one buyer or multiple buyers or whatever the situation is. Now we need to negotiate the contract, and we're going to negotiate a win-win for you and the buyer. The buyer loves the house. The goal is to get a new buyer into your home so you can move on to the next stage of your life. We want a win-win for you and the buyer, okay? Now we move to the second sale. The second sale is the inspection, all right? Now, most people don't think about this as a sale, but it kind of is. And part of it is the preparation that we've done up front. Okay, when we've walked through and we've noticed things that are obvious that need to be taken care of, that need to be repaired. Okay, hopefully you've done those things. And so the obvious things that need to be repaired, when it comes time for the inspection, the inspector, obviously isn't going to have a lot of things to nitpick about. If you've been maintaining the home, if we've taken care of the obvious things, they're not going to nitpick. The inspection is going to go much smoother. Now, inspectors always find things, okay? They're going to find things. That's their job. Their job is to look out for the buyer, to make sure that, defects are found and recommendations are made. And for some buyers, small things are big things. You know, for other buyers, small things are small things. And so what's going to happen once the inspection happens, you know, at the end of that, the buyer is going to get a report, and then there may or may not be a negotiation. They may come to you and say, hey, I want these items repaired, or I want a credit because of these things, or whatever the case may be that might happen. Now, I do want to say one thing. You do not want to be at the inspection, okay? The buyer and the inspector need to be able to do their inspection on their own. You do not want to be there to give them a tour, to point out all the things that you fixed or whatnot. Let them have their private inspection. They need to be comfortable. They need to be able to walk through the house and not feel like you're following them around, or that they can't ask questions, or whatever it may be. So don't be at the inspection, okay? Now, they've gotten their report back. They come to us. You know, you got to rely on your professional real estate agent to handle the negotiation. We're going to discuss it with you. We're going to talk about, hey, this is what they're asking for. This is, you know, these repairs, you know, or they're asking for this credit or this price reduction, whatever it is. It's a negotiation. So the second negotiation in the process, and your professional realtor is going to be able to handle that for you. Okay. We get through the inspection. Okay. Bam. Number 2 is done. Number 3, the appraisal. Now the appraisal, again, we've prepared for this up front, okay? We've prepared the house for sale, you know. We've remedied any obvious defects. The house is beautiful. It's ready to go. You got you know, a full price offer. The buyer loves it. And a lot of this has happened because we've priced the home properly. We've priced it within the value range in your neighborhood or in your immediate area, okay? Now, what might happen is you might get multiple offers and someone might go above. And maybe it's above what we think the house is worth, okay? We're gonna have a discussion about, hey, these are the risks of taking an offer that's too high, okay? Now, in the end, we may decide, yeah, let's go for it. You may say, hey, I want more. Who doesn't want more? We always want to get the most, okay? So, but we are going to have a discussion about the risks. Now, one note about appraisals. They're pretty good right now. I mean, we haven't had a bad appraisal in a while. They do happen sometimes, though. Sometimes we think, hey, we've got it priced properly. You know, you've gotten a couple of offers. You got a great buyer. We think we got it priced right, and the appraiser disagrees. Well, if that happens, then there's another negotiation that happens between the seller and the buyer. Again, you got to rely on your professional real estate agent to help you handle this, to get through this third sale. But if it appraises or we have to negotiate, we get it figured out. Now we've made it through the third hurdle of the process. So let me recap. First of all, you got to get a buyer. That's the first part, and there's preparation that goes into that. And if we've done it correctly, the first part's going to take care of itself. Okay, you get it under contract. Now we've got to get through the inspection. Again, we've prepared ahead of time. We have taken care of the obvious things that need to be taken care of, and you know, there aren't a lot of concerns. Now things do come up. Things that come up, we've negotiated them. Boom, inspection's done, we move on, okay? Now we get to the appraisal, okay? Again, we've prepared for this. We've priced it properly. We have a proper expectation about what the value of the home is. You know, the appraiser's gonna do the appraisal 9 times out of 10, no problem. It appraises, we move on. If we have an issue, then we gotta negotiate with the buyer and try to figure that out, okay? So, We've surpassed all 3 hurdles. We've sold your home 3 times, okay? So I hope that this has been helpful. It's a kind of a different perspective on the process. And I just wanted to do a video on it because it's not, you know, something that we talk about a lot. I mean, obviously we talk about it when you go through this process, but it's not something that people really think about, okay? So hope you liked the video. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. We do these weekly. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Also, you could feel free to direct message us on Facebook, go back to the Facebook page, direct message us. You can call us or text us at 248-410-4587. That is Tracy's number. My number is 734-652-7761. And we'd be happy to answer any questions you have. Thanks a lot, everybody, for watching. We hope that you have you've had a great week, you have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.